I saw them coming up the stairs, and I said, "Who's that person going up there?" Hello, Charlie.
You just, but is there like a? People just have your number and they call you?
No. I mean, I've worked. I've done virtually every one of Groves' fights. Done every one of Callum's fights.
Right. So you've got your kind of your fighters now.
You just stick with them, and then there's no.
Yeah.
I mean,
conflict of interest.
Very occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, I say Groves. I've said David Howard.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it for then? Like
30 years.
30 years. Yeah. And how did you get in? How did you get into it?
Just sort of fun. I mean, I come out of Bermondsey anyway, which is more or less, most of the people you knew had pubs and ex-boxers.
Yeah.
And that was it. I don't know, really. Just sort of started and.
But did you ever box yourself? No.
Well, actually, I found out I had TB through.
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah.
And that sort of.
Yeah, I started, and I mean, I'd done it as a kid, and I think just sort of started again, and that was at the Redriff Club at Surrey Docks, and I just got weaker, and then I started coughing a bit of blood. Went to the doctors and he went, "Oh, you strained," and I've done it again, and I think I went to see the local clinic, and he just said, I think you got TB, and I started crying. He went, "You stupid boy, it's never going to come on cold."
Well, that was it.
So then what made you go into the corner, like, so you didn't fancy...
No, I mean, I'd done a massage course, rubbing fighters down, that's why it was Mick the Rub, rubbing the fighters down, but then it wasn't very lucrative, but you got, a large thank you, and that was it.
Yeah.
And just, I think I started working, I think it was I don't know what they call them now, the unlicensed fighters who worked a couple.
Like white collar or something like that?
No, I wasn't even that then.
Oh, really?
No.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I just started working on that, and there was a keys, and a friend of mine, Neville Axford, where he boxed, and they could just see me Jarman. I started working with him, worked a couple of corners, and that was it.
Really?
Sort of progressed from there.
Looking at the sort of footage of bits and pieces and the articles, I suppose what you see a lot from the boxers you've worked with is how often they said you've kind of allowed them to win the fight with what you do.
Yeah.
Do you sort of think to yourself, wow, that's quite an accolade?
I mean, you enjoy it and all that, but then again, the way I look at it, I mean, somebody else could have done it, but I was lucky enough to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Are you the best? Well, you don't know. Could somebody else have done it?
Yeah.
I was just lucky enough to have good fighters who bled. And that's the be all end one, really.
That's a humble way of looking at it.
Well, no, but it's the truth, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been supposedly the greatest fighter and worked with Lennox Lewis all my career.
Yeah.
And he never cut.
Yeah.
But is it true, I read as well, Vince Phillips, I think it was, called you out in a press conference, is that right?
No, I forget where it was, I think it was in the Paris Hotel in Vegas, one of Ricky's fights, and he was sort of all huddled up like that. He went, "Hey man, you've been F you, man." He said, "I thought I was happy out there early."
When you look at other people doing the cuts in other corners, can you sort of tell the different standards, or is it not something you can?
Not really. It's a catch-22. You can only do cuts when you know how to do them. You only know how to do them when you do cuts. That is it.
It kind of hits you, and then it's like, I've got the knack kind of thing.
I work with Jimmy Tibbs a lot, so I respect people like Jimmy Tibbs. There's people coming out.
Yeah.
I think.
Is there like an art to it? Is it like...
Yeah, having a brain. That's basically, I mean, it's just common sense.
Really?
It's like, a lot of it's like, the people still think of vinegar and brown paper. And you try to explain to people, everything's common sense. Never wipe a cut. You're going to wipe it with a bit of gauze, what does that do? It aggravates it.
Yeah.
Keep your adrenaline warm. Why? Because you put anything cold, the blood rushes to the spot.
Yeah.
No, people know you've got to keep it nice. No, you've got to keep it below 25 degrees in your fridge. But if you use it, the nearer body temperature it is, the better it is. It's just common sense, isn't it? I mean, you put your finger in the freezer part of the fridge, what happens?
Cold.
It tingles. Yeah. Why does it tingle? Because the blood rushes to the spot.
Yeah.
Then you see like smashing their face with a towel and wiping it.
Yeah.
What's the point if anybody dab it and hold it?
I guess it's being calm in the corner as well, which is when you would declare.
To look calm.
That's
the main part. Just to look calm. I think, what was the other one we Groves the other week when he cut, against 21 style.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I had to stick in that end, and that end was going like that. But I must have been leaning funny. Was you pissed? It was like, and when I saw it, and that's about the only shot they got of me. You know? Yeah. It's like Jimmy tips his head anyway.
Yeah.
Camera roll.
What would you say is the toughest cut that you've had to deal with, or fight that you had to deal with?
Well, you got Paul Smith 21 stitches.
Was that the Tony Dodson one, or was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty Cardell 21 stitches.
21 stitches.
21 stitches, yeah. He lost his record for it, didn't he? He's drawn now. I mean, you can't do them all. I mean, the top of the head, you probably get the trainer or someone who just do on, and the top of the head you can't do much with anyway. Because half the time they've gelled their hair up, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't even find the cut, so you just smash a bit of grease on. But the problem is, the blood swells up underneath the grease, then all of a sudden they'll come back and it's like a river of blood running down the back, you know. But that's it.
So 21 stitches, that's a
Both of
hell of
them,
a lot of stitches, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about Hatton? What was Hatton's worst?
It's probably Vince Phillips was bad. I mean, the worst one was, what's his name? The English kid. His first fight for the title. What's the kid's name from Ipswich?
Wasn't Thaxton, was it?
Yeah. Thaxton. I mean, I watch it now a couple of times, I think, Christ almighty, how I got away with that, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad. And Thaxton, you know, didn't help it at all. So he said to me once, Thaxton, he said, fuck you, I thought I had my mortgage paid.
Yeah. So you're quite unpopular
in
some quarters.
Yeah.
But,
That was funny though, with Nissa, you know, oh, you where were you? Damn. And I spoke to Ed, he's, you know, one of his assistants over here. It's about, you know, getting because it's his show, isn't it, up in
Liverpool.
Liverpool, and I said about the rooms. I went, I said he'd probably stick me in, probably stick me in Denmark. He just laughed. That's it. I mean, it's like when Bellew fought, was it Belonti?
Yeah.
He said, I could have got my thumb in that.
Yeah.
Literally could have got my thumb in it, that was like that. And the only thing is, you know, don't piss the referee off. And there was a little bit, you know, it was headbutt. And I think Victor's a little bit, it was a punch.
Yeah.
He let me go. Tony Fossey told me two things I always remember. Good referees make good cutsmen, which is common sense.
Yeah.
And he said, if you can't teach a fighter in 8 weeks in the gym, you ain't going to teach him fuck all in a minute.
It's true.
It's just them two things, they're so simple. But,
Yeah.
you know, drop your left shoulder, come over a right hand. And
Yeah. Has there been many fights where they've called it when you've been in that?
Oh, I thought
I put money
remember
on
one. I mean, the kid, the ref was bringing him across, and I just went like that.
Really?
There was no point. It was just absolutely hanging down. You know,
Yeah.
I thought I'd do it.
Start harming his life, like his long-term future, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, as long as the blood's not getting in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it doesn't matter they go gashes anywhere. You know, but I mean,
Yeah.
and say the bigger the cut, it's usually easier to do because you can get all the adrenaline in. Where you get them little jaggy ones like that, and they keep bleeding, you can't do
keep
anything.
pissing out blood, yeah.
Yeah.
And how long does the adrenaline take to work? Is it a couple of rounds or?
Usually. Yeah. Usually.
So
Then
they yeah.
you get bleeders, and you know the worst one's up here because you've got the temporal artery or something.
Oh yeah.
So that went to David A, and that was just, well, it's not
Kept
pumping,
going.
but it was just like that. And, and there's another fight exactly the same, I can't remember his name. I think he fought Tyrone Nurse. With that, I thought, Christ almighty, you know, what am I going to do here?
Yeah.
And I think there was somebody else done it as well. It was a tiny little nick, and you just couldn't stop it.
Really?
And then you have to turn the swab stick virtually on the point to do anything with it.
Yeah.
You know, so you more or less, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have there been any fights where you just thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with this, but actually it's lasted, where it surprised you, or do you not even think like that? You're just thinking in the moment.
You just think in the moment. You
Yeah.
do, yeah. It's like you worry more before they cut because you're waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Once it happens, it's bang. That's it. You get on with it. It's sort of, the later it gets, please don't let him cut there. Please. You know, it's one of those sort of things.
Yeah.
So you're basically worrying the whole time you're watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Until the bell goes and it's done.
Yeah, afterwards, yeah. Then you get trodden to death, everybody wants to jump in the ring, you do it like that. And I can't wait to get to the bar. I think that's my record, isn't it? Before he left the ring, I was in the bar.
What about the, you know, like the little bruising irons?
Inswell.
So yeah, how effective are they? Because
They are pretty effective. But they're an iron. I mean, you hurt the fighters.
Yeah, really.
No, I mean, literally you're pushing the swelling away like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, you do. I mean, the original end swell were made from a special metal. I mean, I've got the round one there, and you can actually unscrew it and put an ice cube in it, but whether that makes any difference.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's my wife got, which is different. She's left me.
And where would you say, can you think of a best night from your point of view that you've had?
When Carl on the tail.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was. I really shed a tear, but I did that time. Well, no, mind you as well, when Ricky beat Costa Zoo.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. I suppose. Yeah.
But I guess Collar's a more recent one, and you're more recent.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
But
more-
no, when Ricky won that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he didn't have a chance, did he? I forgot he boxed now, but he boxed at the Velodrome.
Who, Collar?
Yeah, and I remember saying to Joe, it's an old Joe, I think it was a Nicky Gargano Joe, so I went, fucking old Joe, they better shut the doors, he'd run out in a minute. And when he won the world title, and we was on Twitter, he went, good job they shut the door, locked all the doors. He's really funny, he is.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah, he said, good job they locked all the doors.
He's got Burns next to you in the corner for that one? For the Burns fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really like. Did you want sugar?
I can have it either to be. I'll have it without sugar. That's all right.
I've got. Do you want it without or? I've
Yeah,
got
without
both?
it's fine. I drink both, funnily enough. But yeah, without.
Trying to
fine.
be good.
It's best for it now.
Did you do any of the like GB setup? Did you do any of that?
It's just beauty boxing, it's pretty professional. Yeah. I say, I mean, all I ever do now, I do, like Joe Gallaghers, I do a couple of this sometimes. Who's the last one I worked with? I can't think now. I know he boxed Lenny Dawes for the European title. I could have worked with Scotland, but can't do both.
Right, yeah.
Do you get any newbies sort of trying to ask you still, or
Not really. I just stick with them.
people know what you?
No. It's just easier to stick with Joe's fighters. And
He's got so many of them as well, it's not like you're going to run
I've
out.
got 13, you know, and I say, you know, the ones under, not officially under McCracken, or his brother, he's winning. And I say, you know, if Mr says, oh, can you look, you know, they might send someone over from Denmark, you know, will you work with him? So.
And how did you hook up with Joe then? Because he's obviously up in Manchester.
John Murray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was speaking with John Murray. And then I think it was one of the Atman fights, and I think John Murray and Lee Meagher were out there, and they had a show on Friday night in, was it Caesars? I think, yeah, it was, because they got another great big hole underneath. And that was it. And just sort of progressed from there, you know, because Murray had a couple of big fights, didn't he?
Mm.
Yeah.
And then Joe suddenly started,
Asking you to do more and more.
Yeah.
well, as he signed him, I just know
He's building up his stable.
You've got a good old stable there now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, it was really good, yeah.
Who do you reckon's the best fighter you've cornered, if you want to put it that way?
What would you say, Lennox? Ricky Hattons? Corolla? All of them, you know, I mean, it's just, you can't pick.
Yeah.
All of them are all
They've got different attributes, haven't they?
different levels and things like that, but
Yeah.
as I say, you know, one minute I get in the ring, that's it. I don't think there's any I've ever thought we dogged it or anything. You know, they've all done their best.
Do you think it was nice to go around with Ricky with that big following he had? That was good, wasn't it? The amount of...
Oh, yeah, it was good. I mean, you know, but I mean, a couple of times my wife went. So, well, 3 times she went with Matthew as well. But sometimes it used to be a bit tiring.
Mm.
You know, especially when you was in like Caesars and the MGM. You know, you never used to wear anything. You know, just wear a jacket and try and sneak through in between the slot machines. You know. But you got, you know, you always respect it. I mean, it's nice when people recognise you. I think some kids come up one day and Lynn always walks away anyway. You know, can we do this? Can we do that? You know, can we have a picture taken? I don't know what I thought. Say, you know, sharp. And listen, son, said, if it wasn't for people like you, I wouldn't be here. He started crying. I thought about it. You genius! What a thing to just off the top of the head. Oh, that's a good thing to say. Yeah. I said, if it wasn't for people like you, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I wonder how many fights you've done. Do you reckon you could even think to imagine?
No idea.
Hundreds and hundreds.
I mean, all I'm not, well, it's not half mine. I went, Christ, well, we can't get down the caravan. you know, because it's all them fights.
Yeah.
But the only good thing about it is that because they're all big fights, it's going to be another 2 or 3 months before they ever box again.
Yeah.
It might be longer than that, you know.
So they'll have a few weekends down the caravan.
Well, it doesn't bother me the weather. I don't like the sun anyway.
Oh really?
You know,
So
I've got a little boat down there and
oh, lovely.
plenty of fishing. You know,
Yeah,
belongs to the club,
wicked.
local club.
Yeah. That's a
And,
lot.
my mate owns the clubhouse, the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't go wrong.